A Family Affair is a new Netflix movie starring Zac Efron as a conceited actor who makes his assistant's life miserable when he hooks up with her mother. Yeah, that's the appropriate reaction. And right off the bat, I am a huge Zac Efron fan. I've been getting my head in the game since '06. Zac Efron is the single reason why I decided to go stink up my school's basketball team, and then later on go stink up my school's drama club. I honestly think the dude is a phenomenal actor, and I've been waiting for his talents to meet a project that is worthy of them, and Iron Claw looked like we finally got that. That was for sure, in my opinion, Zac Efron's peak of his career. That was quickly followed by a valley, and we've been stuck in that valley, it appears, ever since, and that leads us to Family Affair. Now, right off the bat, I will say I didn't hate this movie, and a big reason why I didn't hate this movie personally is because of Zac Efron. Now, everyone in this movie, I think, did a good job. Joey King, Nicole Kidman, we'll get to her in a minute, but Zac Efron is the reason why I found this movie as watchable as I did. Because Zac Efron has to do two different roles here. When he's with Joey King in their scenes, he's got to be a conceited douchebag of an actor, and he plays that so beautifully with the right amount of humor that Zac Efron provides to most of his comedies. It works really well here, and the scenes between him and Joey King in this movie are the most fun and the most humorous I found of the entire movie.
You put my chatouche in a plastic bag with my dirty sneakers? It's one of a kind. I only have two!
And when he's with Nicole Kidman and their scenes, he's got to bring on the charm. He's got to show us a different side to this actor to make him more sympathetic. And Zac Efron does a really great job of making this actor not completely unlikable. But you see, just as there's kind of two sides to Zac Efron's coin when it comes to his performance, there's also two sides to the coin of this movie. Because on the one hand, this movie is about Joey King as Zac Efron's assistant trying to make it up in the movie industry, and this actor keeping her down, bogging her down by these stupid assistant errands that she needs to run. Which in turn gets her very frustrated, and that frustration only grows when he decides to bang her mom. I can't say that. And those frustrations only grow when he decides to get together with her mom. And it's those scenes that really do work in this movie. When Joey King is freaking out at Zac Efron because he's this douchebag actor to her, I found those scenes funny. I found Joey King's reactions to Zac Efron's affections for her mother funny. She plays it really well, and it got a couple laughs out of me throughout the movie.
Hey, see ya.
You're not Jack and Rose, just get out of the car!
So on the one side of the coin, you got Zac Efron making his assistant's life miserable, which I found kind of enjoyable. The other side of that coin, though, is the fact that this movie is indeed a rom-com. It's a rom-com at its heart. We are watching Zac Efron and Nicole Kidman fall in love in this affair behind Nicole Kidman's daughters and his assistant's back. And unfortunately, that is where the movie plunders. Because Zac Efron and Nicole Kidman, there's no chemistry to them in this movie. There is absolutely nothing in this movie that attaches you, that hooks you. At least didn't attach me or hook me to the romance going on between Zac Efron and Nicole Kidman. Now, Zac Efron, I honestly think, is doing his best. He is giving a lot to Nicole Kidman. He's bringing on the charm. He is doing what he needs to do in this role. I thought all the scenes between him and Nicole Kidman, from his point, were actually done pretty well, and he was really good in them. And it's not that Nicole Kidman wasn't good in her scenes with him. I just felt like Nicole Kidman was giving him nothing. Nicole Kidman's character in this movie, she doesn't really have a personality. There was nothing that endeared me to Nicole Kidman's character, and why she falls in love with Zac Efron seems to be very on the surface of just, he's a hot young hunk. Her words, not mine, I think. But when they are in the scenes together, when we are watching this couple fall in love, it is honestly more entertaining to watch paint dry. And I really do think that comes down to a lot of what Nicole Kidman is given in her scenes, because there doesn't seem to be that same level of affection going on between her with Zac Efron as there's with Zac Efron going on with Nicole Kidman. But that's the biggest problem that I've found with Family Affair, because while there's two sides to this coin has to come together, and it really doesn't. It feels like there's two different movies going on. There's a movie with Zac Efron and Joey King, and there's a movie with Zac Efron and Nicole Kidman. That one just kind of bored me. But both of these movies have half-baked ideas. And thus, while there's elements that I found enjoyable, while there's scenes that I kind of chuckled at, I didn't really get attached to anyone in this movie. I didn't really get attached to any storyline going on in this movie. There's also a couple too many subplots going on. There's a subplot going on with Joey King's best friend in this movie and her marriage, and it was just like no screen time was given to it. I didn't give a crap about what was going on there at all. And the movie is nearly 2 hours long. It is way too long, especially when you're watching a romance that just doesn't have any sparks to it, any chemistry whatsoever, which is a shame because honestly, I hate to say it, but if you recasted Nicole Kidman, I think you could have had something here that was just a little bit stronger, a little bit more enjoyable, but as it is, it's just not that interesting. It's just not that much fun. I definitely had some chuckles. I didn't hate this movie. I will say that I don't recommend this movie, but it's a weak not recommend. I do think that there's enjoyable aspects and some humor in here, but for the whole 2 hours, it just can't sustain it. What did you think about Family Affair? Did you bother watching it? Are you going to watch it? Do you hope that Zac Efron's next role is a little bit better than some of these streaming movies like I do? Comment down below, let me know all your thoughts and opinions about that, guys. As always, thank you guys so much for hearing me out, and I hope to talk to you guys again real soon.